Coming up on Main Street, Merry Christmas. Join us for a behind-the-scenes Christmas as we look into the creation of the ornaments for Kentucky's Christmas tree in our nation's capital. Also, we go backstage with the Louisville Ballet as they work with Warren County Ballet students for a special performance of the Nutcracker Suite. In addition, we want you to enjoy the sounds of the WKU Women's Chorus throughout our program. So sit back and enjoy a Merry Christmas on Main Street.
Funding for Main Street was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by viewers like you who support quality programs such as Main Street that appear only on public television.
Christ, to do poor sinners good. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir, the holy bells
The WKU Women's Chorus plays in many venues, but a recent performance inside Mammoth Cave as part of the annual Cave Sing is one of those performances not to be missed. Hello and welcome to Main Street. I'm Barbara Deeb. It's a special Merry Christmas edition of Main Street. You know, one of the dreams for the holiday season is for peace, and that's a theme that carries through at the National Christmas Tree and 52 smaller trees that complement the big tree in our nation's capital. Well, if you took a special spotlight and you looked in on the Kentucky tree, you would see the handiwork of artist Jennifer Jones-Zing and her students who have a special way with a gourd. Let's take a look.
Rock, rock, rockin' round the Christmas tree. Yeah, we're rock, rock, rockin' round the Christmas tree. Yeah, we're rock, rock, rockin' round the Christmas tree. Yeah, we're rockin' round the Christmas tree. Rockin' around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Ba-do-wop-wop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple try to stop. Rockin' around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Ba-do-wop-wop. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. Now you will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Holly, 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 holly. Rockin' around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday.
Ba-do-wop-wop.
Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Now you will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck
the halls with boughs of holly.
Holly, 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 holly. Rockin' around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday.
Ba-do-wop-wop.
Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Christmas tree, yeah, we're rock, rock, rockin' round the Christmas tree. Yeah, we're rock, rock, rocking round the Christmas tree. Yeah, we're rocking round the Christmas tree.
This project came to life back in August, and I got a phone call from Lori Meadows, who's the executive director at the Kentucky Arts Council, and she said, "Jennifer, I've got a project I think is just perfect for you." And she said, every year the governor's office selects an artist to create an ornament for the Christmas tree. But she said this year the National Park Service is wanting an arts educator to work with a group of students in a school to create 26 ornaments for the Kentucky tree as part of the National Christmas Tree Ceremony. And there are, from what I understand, besides the big national tree, there are 52 additional Christmas trees to represent the 50 states and 2 territories. And the National Park Service, through the governor's office in each state, selects someone to create those ornaments. And this year for Kentucky, it was me. And so I'm working with my 7th and 8th grade students here at Good Shepherd School to make the ornaments to take there.
I like that. Now, one thing you need to remember is
the design is, it represents an angel, a guardian angel. Now I put my own spin on it because I work in gourds. I create sculpture, figurative sculpture with gourds. And I wanted it to be Jennifer Zing. I wanted it to be something that you would equate with my work, but I wanted it to be unique. And I wanted it to represent our school and what we've been going through. And for the last year, we've been transitioning to our new location. We've left our old school, and actually our school was torn down. And to move to our new location was a really big thing. And for the children, and our church downtown was decommissioned. So we pray the Guardian Angel prayer, just to watch over us through this time of transition, to bring us through it, you know. And so to the children, that was an important thing for them, is to take their ornament to DC and it represent them. And they thought the Guardian Angel did that the best.
She came up with the idea of these ornaments are called Gordian Angels instead of Guardian Angels. So they're partly made of gourd and partly made of plastic. And the idea is the angels dressed to be in the form of a Kentucky quilt pattern.
It reminds me of, like, because Miss Zing likes to work with gourds a lot, and it reminds me of her. And it makes me feel like our angels are sort of watching over the United States when they're up on the Christmas tree.
The children had some freedom there as far as designing their own patterns, and they cut out all the pieces and did all the gluing and the color coordinating and that kind of thing. So we have a very Kentucky ornament in that it does have gourds, which are thought of a lot of times with Kentucky folk art and craft, and then we have the quilt pattern, so, and our angel. The idea behind the project for me was to involve my students in a project that from the beginning to the end was a major process. I wanted them to see where work can get them. If they start out with something small, they put good work into it, they are meticulous about what they do, and they care about what they're creating, that they can do great things. I mean, I think that crosses over into all the things they do then, just that work ethic. And my hope is that some of them will get to go to Washington, D.C. and see the ornament on the tree. And I think for a lot of them that would be a great finality. I think to be able to start with this plastic orb and not really understanding what we're doing. You know, what? We're doing ornaments for the tree? Whatever, Ms. Zing, you know. To then go to Washington, D.C. and experience that celebration, I think that would be a really pivotal thing for a lot of these children in their education.
It makes me feel really good that that I get to do art and the president gets to see it, but it also makes me kind of nervous because I want to make it perfect for him. About the angels, I think that they are very special and explain our school very well because we try to in our school we try to be helpful to all of our communities in the United States. I think that our angels explain that very well.
Makes me feel pretty special, pretty honored to have this project going on, our school being chosen to do something this big. I think it represents not only Good Shepherd, but Kentucky in a really big way, because we're not only representing our school and our state, but our nation too.
Maybe add a triangle. I wish every child could have this kind of experience, this kind of creative experience. You know, I've got this quote in there on the display that I set up today of some of the other students' artwork. And I love it. It's by Albert Einstein. It says, imagination is better than knowledge, because knowledge is limited, but imagination encircles the world. And, you know, art is important in our education system for these kids, not to make artists. It's important because it develops their imagination, develops their creativity. It instills confidence in children to express their ideas. And it's ideas, whether they're artistic or whether they're mathematic. You know, it's making the whole child.
Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite is an annual holiday tradition. Recently, the Louisville Ballet, Orchestra Kentucky, and 3 area dance schools came together to present portions of the ballet to a Bowling Green audience. The result was an opportunity for students to dance with the pros and bring to the stage the magic of the Nutcracker Suite.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. I'm feeling right. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa, tonight's the night. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht that's not a lot. Been an angel all year, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Wah, 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 think of all the fun I missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. Been an angel all year, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. I said tonight. Santa, yes, hurry tonight. Santa, hurry down tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I actually love to dance. It's one of my favorite things to do. I actually enjoy coming to dance classes every week.
4.
I take about 4 hours of ballet in a week, and it's really hard to keep me in balance, and I can't do a lot of school stuff, so it's just hard. But I love dancing, so it doesn't really matter. Like, it can be pop, rock, or anything. I just have to do ballet, jazz, or tap. Like, it's what I do.
With children, the key word is magic. And with the production of Nutcracker, in particular this one, there's a lot of magic that's incorporated into it. So it's really, especially once we start doing full run-throughs and the children are there and they get to see how everything is happening, it's really fun to see their faces and the excitement that they get out of it. And you know, it's from the beginning to the end, when they first come into the rehearsal, some of them maybe aren't quite sure about it. And you know, we have children as, you know, from young ages all the way up to teens, and just to see their faces light up, being involved in something like this. So it's their sense of imagination, I think, that's really a lot of fun, and it gives the ballet, you know, the life of a young child to see it through their eyes. We hold auditions, and you know, depending on their age and their level of physical abilities, you know, they get cast in the roles that are appropriate for them. So it's very much like you would a ballet company, you know, audition, you get the role that's suited for you. And so at this very young age, they're already experiencing what they will go through if they continue with a career in dance.
Working with them is really good because they tell you what the moves are called, and I've never known those moves before. So it's really good to know what they're called, like what the moves are called. It's pretty fun, but they're kind of strict. But I think they're really awesome people.
We have a very short time to teach this piece and to prepare these students, so we sort of have to be really on task all the time. We don't have a lot of time to, you know, joke around and you know, make light of the situation, because we don't have a lot of time. We've only got 4 rehearsals, an hour and a half each rehearsal, to teach this dance and to get these dancers prepared. There are going to be some aspects that they're going to see only on dress rehearsal day, like this dress that they come out under with Madame Derby. They're not going to be able to work with that until the day of. So we have to prepare them. We've got to do our best to prepare them. And so we really have to run a tight ship. So for that reason, it might feel a little more strict than what they're used to. And it might, you know, it may be even more strict than what we would do if we had the luxury of a little more time. The best thing is that they get to be involved working with professional dancers. You know, these young children have big dreams, and getting the opportunity to perform on stage just in their own productions is a great way for them to experience, you know, what it's like to be a dancer, but then to really see how the professionals work, to see the way they prepare and the way that they work together. You know, I think that just seeing that it's another reason that those young dancers think, wow, I would love to do this. And it gives them sort of an insider's view into what it's like. And so that's the main reason having children cast in a production. You know, for me, being a teacher, that's really important for me. Obviously, it also welcomes the community on a different level. You're going to be inviting grandparents and families who may or may not have been interested to see dance, but their children and their grandchildren are involved, and so they want to see their little loved ones on stage. So that's also a really great way to bring the community into the performance.
In the regular Nutcracker, there's a little candy person, but in this one, since it's the Kentucky version, we have the Mother Derby, and we're going to be a jockey, which is really fun to do.
So you will see Mother Derby in all of her glamour in this big skirt, hand-painted like a carousel. And instead of being Mother Ginger with the little kids coming out, it'll be little jockeys in their silks. And you'll have to come and see how that turns out if you want to see how it all transpires.
It's gonna be like when I picture it in my mind of me in one of those silks and doing my best with the whip and trying to put it in the position and just dancing my heart out.
I think it's going to look really good because we've practiced a lot, and I think it's going to turn out really good because we have good teachers.
I think it's going to be very exciting because it's the first time that we've worked with Orchestra Kentucky. It's the first time that the Louisville Ballet, at least for as many years as I can remember, will be performing here in Bowling Green. And so I think that there will be a lot of excitement and a lot of great energy for this really wonderful collaboration between the dance schools, the orchestra, and the ballet. I think that there will be just a really great era of excitement, like something new is happening and hopefully it's starting a new tradition.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light, be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more.
Have a wonderful holiday season. And until next time, remember, we're just around the corner on Main Street.